So day 2, we've left. I've totally lost track of where we are.
We're in Scotland.
We're in Scotland somewhere. We're at East Fortune, cameras are running out, so we are basically getting ready to leave on the next leg. I don't think I'm going to vlog much, but I will leave you with lots of views and pictures. We're on to Eccles Newton next. Winds are picking up, we're trying to get south before the weather comes in. All part of the journey, but the vlogging is secondary to it. I'm just trying to bring you along. So, see you when I see you guys. Enjoy what I can get for you. Oh, by the way, my wingtip camera's failed.
Are you happy to go now, Charles?
Yeah. Give me another 20 seconds, should be alright.
It's all downhill from here, guys. Should be easy.
It's another really cool view from here, I can tell you that.
Are you checking me out?
I am indeed. I'm good to go, Ben. Good to go.
Okay, Jill's just running in front of us. The flip-flop to take.
Is Jill becoming a Ford hazard on the runway?
Yeah, come in a bit closer. Okay, Golf Charlie Mike. Papa's lining up. 0. Romeo Papa.
Golf Foxtrot Whiskey Romeo lining up, runway 11. Oh, there's a centre line there. Bye-bye East Fortune. I still have to pinch myself that we're in Scotland. And I think I've been nicknamed Captain Slow. But it's normally I've got the one most faff trying to sort myself out. So as I said, we're off to Eccles Newton, so a bit of a view on the screen now. See if my head cam's still recording. It appears so. Yeah. Doing my best to vlog this as best I can, but the main thing I want to get across is it has been one of those experiences where I'm just have to pinch myself every single day that we've been on this trip. I am starting to get a little bit tired.
Oh, you're okay. I'm A-okay, thank you. Off the Papa.
So the main point was we're trying to, sorry, going back to what I was saying, yeah, starting to enjoy the journey, but just knowing how enduring it can be. So we did 6 hours yesterday. I don't know how many hours we've done in the last 2 days. It must be close to 10 or 12. Yeah, probably close to, 11 or 12 hours. But all in all, really enjoying what we've been able to do with these single seaters.
To the right of those blenders on the hill there. Yes, we are going to the right of the windmills on the hill.
Yes, we are going to the right of the windmills on the hill.
I've got a better ground speed than we had yesterday. Yeah, it looks like we've got about an hour's flight.
So, but it's been great doing it with people, and I think that's what we're going to try and do in the future, is do bivvy tours. And people can join us. Great, show other people what you can do with these machines. And I'm still surprised where we've been going and what we've been doing and the distances we've been covering. So lots of meanderings this morning. I cannot believe what I've been able to achieve in, well, I'm into the 3rd day now with this machine.
It's good to be back in the air though, boys.
I hope you're enjoying the video.
Do you think they've got enough wind turbines on that hill?
I'm actually going to shut the cameras down, so I've got some options later on. So day 2, we've left. I've totally lost track of where we are. Where were we?
We're in Scotland.
We're in Scotland somewhere.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Have we crossed the border?
England. We're back in England, are we? Where were we last night? St Michael's? No. East Fortune. That's how many Fairfields we're covering at the minute. I do not know where I am. But we have left East Fortune. So last night, probably the previous video, you'll have seen all the Edinburgh shenanigans. Before that, Balado, all the other legs, trying to make videos per leg, because there's just so much happening in each one, and everything's just a different adventure that I don't think I would do any of this journey justice by making it a short video. Anyway, we've left East Fortune. Thank you, East Fortune, for all your hospitality. It was well welcomed after the late arrival yesterday. Anyway, we are now at Eccles Newton. Here it is on the screen. Tiny little airstrip with the southeasterly wind over those trees over there. I'll zoom in on the screen anyway. Made it a little bit spicy, but we all got down safely. We're just waiting for the fuel mule wagon to arrive for a splash of fuel, and then we're going to get back up in the air. We're now on an into-wind, crosswind leg, so it's just making that ground travel a little bit slower than it was on the way up. But we are moving forward, mile by mile. We are edging our way back to Darley Moor. How's it going, Ben?
All right. Getting there.
Yeah. Because you've done lots and lots of this before already, haven't you?
No, not that much.
No?
But well, a little bit.
Well, you've done the Bivvy tours and you've done the Jordan.
Exactly,
and
yeah. This is the hard part, which is when you're sort of trying to get back and complete it, and conditions are not favourable for us because we're going pushing into headwinds, hoping that they'll ease up. We've got limited range and we've got limited speed with the machines, which is in essence the
low and slow bit, isn't it?
The low and slow bit, but and the only restriction really is our own self-imposed time frame to doing it. If we're a little bit more relaxed, we'd wait till tomorrow or maybe the next day. We can press on, but we've got to get as far as we can today. So
mile by mile, we'll inch our way back.
We will indeed. Anyway, this is my old stomping ground, because out over there's the Cheviots, and back in the 1970s when I was at Newcastle Poly, we used to come up flying up here. In fact, I think that is Cheviot over there.
Cool.
Yeah, magnificent place.
Cheers, Ben.
You're welcome.
Mark, if I can drag you away from your phone for a bit.
I'm social media in.
Your social media in 20 seconds.
It don't count unless you put it on social media. It's like going to the gym.
It doesn't count if
It
you
doesn't
tell
count
someone
if no one knows about it.
We're making our way home now, aren't we?
We are, mate. Yeah. It feels good. Every hour that way is an hour less.
Yeah.
I think.
Another hour that the bladder's filling up.
That's right. Yeah. So it feels good. It's all downhill.
It's all
downhill. Yeah. It's easier. It's a stunning country, though, isn't it?
Do you know what? When we see the dams, that's going to be awesome.
Ooh, do you think we'll get that far?
We'll get as far as we can.
I'm squirrel to squirrel.
Yeah.
So
yeah. We have coined a phrase for the bivvies, haven't we? We're going to squirrel to squirrel. It's like squirrel, squirrel. Where are we going next? But yeah, it's just an adventure getting home now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that was always going to be the case. We knew when we set off on Friday that Sunday was questionable, and you know the challenge was to get to Balado. Yeah. Anything after that is a bonus. Yeah. So we're now further south. You know, next stop hopefully Othersmore.
Yeah.
And then we'll reassess from there. Welcome to Bivview.
Right. So quite a longer intro for this video, but say it's as much our emotions of how this is going along and the joy of just getting from stage to stage, or squirrel to squirrel. So that might be the title of this one, squirrel to squirrel. Anyway, get the sun out of the camera. Join us for the rest of the video.
MicroAvionics.
Okay. All checks complete. Eccles Newton. Coming away from the hedge. Right, well that was the climb out from Eccles Newton. We're now en route to Othersmore. Here on the screen. I've lost track of how many legs we're on now. 10, 12, 13, whatever. But we are making quite good progress at the minute. It's a balancing act with these winds of if we stay low, then we're not going to get such strong headwinds, but going up is a bit smoother, and it's that balancing act of that and the fuel burn. I can imagine in a bigger aircraft, faster aircraft, that runway would be quite taxing with that crosswind today. Well, I saw Mark, cameras weren't running, and basically he got spanked just by... How's your engine feeling, Mark?
Yeah, Mark's the other thing. He's a lot less aggressive when it switches jets.
And you can pull it back, it doesn't just drop off. So there's the river.
What speed you got there, Mark? Ground speed. About 25.
I'm showing 26, 27 up here.
Yeah, I've got 27, 28 down here. I'm actually pushing out a little bit and sort of creeping ahead.
So again, that's part of the conversation of trying to work out where the best place to fly is. I'm noticing that there's lots to think about, and occasionally you get out of sequence and something doesn't happen, and yeah, noticing little errors in myself creeping in at this late stage. But
in fact, I have to say it's a lot more pleasant than I thought it was going to be.
Shh, don't tell it. Anyway, another bit for the video. I'll hopefully get the cameras running, done some battery changes for the main camera. Wingtip camera is completely unserviceable, is US at the moment. I'm going to turn these off and hopefully join you back at Othersmore. So, it's en route to Othersmore. See you in a bit. Certainly a novel experience earlier, because we were saying we've been trying to get higher and higher and higher to get smoother air, and actually we've been gaining ground speed all the way, which feels a bit novel really. Anyway, they've said we can do a long final into runway 14, trying to work out where runway 14 is, and it looks like we're almost on the approach marker 1-4. Othersmore is dead ahead. They have an absolutely monster hangar here. Why are there always sewage works near airfields?
Golf Romeo Papa is on a 2-mile glide, 4 runway 1, number 1 and 3.
Othersmore Radio Golf Foxtrot Whiskey Lima Romeo, flex wing number 2, visual 1 ahead for runway 14, Othersmore.
Golf Charlie, Mike Oscar Papa is number 3.
Fuel's good, awareness, straight in, wind from the left but down the strip, almost. Nose wheel steering is straight, hand throttle is closed, trim is set, and I am secure. Let's get this baby on the ground safely, shall we? Golf Lima Romeo, final runway 4, visual 1 ahead, vacating.
Oh, Mike Oscar Papa, now Mike, contact 1 ahead.
Runway vacated. So a quick video stop for this. We are, I can't even think where we are. Othersmore. We're at Othersmore right now. And we've had a cup of tea and something to eat, but the winds are definitely picking up now and we're trying to find out where to go next. But I think with what we've been chatting about, we're going to be going this route, or this route, on your way of the camera, to Fishburn. And then we're going to reassess at Fishburn because say the winds are picking up at the minute. I think it's just trying to work out how many legs we can do before we draw stumps. I don't think we would ideally and safely get back today with the amount of hours that we've got to do per flight. So yeah.
I've got to draw some lines on maps and all sorts.
Yeah, as I say, we're just trying to get all the charts sorted out. But I say I'll end this here. Just a quick update for you where we are on the vlog. So we're all engine started here. We've set our route to go round Newcastle along the coast. And I have to give a shout out to John. It's for you, John. Said I would. Thanks for watching the channel. And I say on to our next leg.
Are you ready, child?
I am, but my battery is quite low, so I'll keep managing it. One of the things I have noticed with us is we're trying to get all 3 aircraft off the ground at the same time. It takes a little bit of forward planning.
Golf Oscar Papa at the hold 1-4 for immediate departure. Romeo Papa number 2.
And that's a nice crosswind, but it's going to be getting us en route straight away, and then we're going to turn away from the wind. I like your style, Mark, as always. Okay, bar neutral. And we're off ski. Cutting slow, taking off at the back again. Oh, it's cold already. That's sea air. Well, I'm sorry you got to look at my mug and not the wingtip cam, but it's been a bit of a challenge trying to vlog this trip as well as do all the planning and other bits and pieces. It just adds another factor to it. Not that you're really that bothered because you just want to watch the videos, but it does add a different factor to flying. I enjoy making the videos, so again we're out from Othersmore. Thank you, Othersmore, and again John, I shout out to you. Cheers, dude. And again, route here on the screen now for leg. Still don't know what leg we're on, but it's a long way to home, and we may not beat the weather, but each leg gives different weather, and we can reassess then. So stick with us, join us on the next leg. On to Fishburn. Yep, definitely Fishburn. So everyone, a quick interlude for this video, and if you're new to the channel or new to this video series, you won't have seen the flight briefing room before, but it's in much of my old content, so if you want to go and watch some of the older videos, please go back and watch them. This is just a quick interlude to explain what happened. So following the clips you've just seen, we're now flying down around Newcastle airspace, around the coast, and then we get to the south side of Newcastle on our way to Fishburn. This is the leg that we're just trying to get to Fishburn, and it didn't quite go to plan. The weather we checked before we left Othersmore was okay. The winds were favourable and they were giving us good ground speeds, but the weather turned really quickly. I reckon it turned in about 20 seconds from where we were able to fly safely until the point where we ended up getting scattered to the 4 winds. This meant, as a result of us getting scattered, we all had to make precautionary landings because the weather had turned so quickly. Here's a trace of where Mark ended up. He ended up going back towards the coast. Here's a trace of where his flight was, and a picture of him on the ground. Although I say at the end that I was the last to get picked up, Mark was the last to get picked up, and I can tell you he was thoroughly drenched by the time we met him at the end. Ben landed near the parachute drop zone and was safely in the field, and here's a picture of where he landed, again nice and safely. It was actually funny because we posted some of these pictures and someone had mentioned in the comments they heard him circling overhead and then saw Michelle next to him picking Ben up out of a field. So that was a bit spooky how people had actually seen this happening external to what we were doing. And then here's a trace of where I ended up landing. Turns out I wasn't actually that far from Fishburn, more by luck than judgment, but so I had to make a precautionary landing. It turns out this is the straight leg of a junior motocross track that I managed to find a safe place to land, and here's some pictures of where I landed. This has been a great adventure, and it generally has set the seed for what we really want to do. And you may have seen some publicity shots, and I'll leave a clip on the screen now of what we are calling the Grand Tour, where you come with us to hopefully experience some of the adventures up in the Lake District, etc., all within a safe and mentored environment. I will leave that to one side because, again, a lot of that's been on social media, and I'll leave some links in the description or up on the screen now. But you will basically, I'm going to throw myself back to myself in the field after I'd landed. Well, this ends the slow to Balado trip and return, I suppose. You can see the wings packed up. I had to make a precautionary landing in a field. The trike is behind me, all waiting for Michelle. I'm actually last on the list. Captain slow again. Ben's being picked up, Mark's being picked up, and then they're on way to come pick me up. Everything seems to be an eventuality or eventful, unplanned, but we can't predict the weather sometimes, and it just came in much quicker than we thought. Just coordination calls there going on. But I say, in terms of getting down, found a lovely little strip. I'll put some pictures on the screen now where I managed to land. Chose my field and then got in safe and down. So a little bit of mud on the tyres is probably the best way, but we're all down, we're all safe after a little bit of an eventful weather moment. Other than that, this really does conclude the videos that I've been making. I hope you've enjoyed the content, and I always say it and I do try and do it. Until next time, fly safe.